Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. So excited you can join me here today for episode 8 of the Elevated Living Show. I'm your show host, Amanda Marie Masters. I'm a master channeler, mind alchemist, which my dear soul sister here named me, tagged me as mind alchemist, and spiritual expert, evolutionary, guiding you in your highest light to elevate your consciousness. We are master beings here on earth, experiencing the human plane. How do we connect back then to our higher states of consciousness? That's what we're all about. If you're coming in, go ahead and share this show out so more people can experience this vibration of higher states of consciousness. Super, super excited to have my dear friend on today, soul sister and Master Clairvoyant, my personal clairvoyant, Miss Katy Bray. Say good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Hello. Hi, Amanda.
Yay. Hi, Cindy's. I have a couple Cindy's, Christy, a whole bunch of people popping on. Good morning. Say good morning, where you're from. I want everyone commenting on where you're coming in from around the world. That's the great thing about this show, is that people pop on from all over the world, which is exciting. Good morning, Nancy. And like I said, be sure to share this out so more and more people can see what's happening here on the show, as we're going to bring through the higher vibes for you. It's been quite a week of massive shifts. And I know for me, and I don't know if this has been for you, Katy, but it's like 1 minute, there's such serendipities and exciting things happening. I'm like, how is this? This serendipitous moments where you're meeting people or certain things are happening, or there's like messages from the universe, you're going, oh my gosh, this is really happening for me. I'm shifting into high gear. And then other moments where stuff is just happening that you're not expecting. Like my car broke down and I had to go get my car fixed. And I know it's because of my elevation of vibration and the shifting of consciousness. But the past 2 weeks, have been extremely action oriented. It's been really wild. I don't know about you, but
it's been amazing. And for those of us who are particularly sensitive, it's funny because I get to see, and I imagine you experience this too, but with my clients, I notice the patterns of when people are emailing or calling because their hair is like burning, right? Like their hair is on fire, or there's these patterns with the more psychically sensitive or energetically sensitive people. And I mean, we have our own times of feeling it, but there are patterns. And I do feel like it's us piercing through to that next level and then having to re-assimilate at that next level. So things aren't Things are wonky, and we have to sort of reestablish this equilibrium when we get there. And then with the times that we're in right now, it's like, oh God, here I go again. It's just like this ongoing, I'm in a washing machine.
Oh my goodness. It's been that way. It's been crazy because again, there's been all these serendipities going on over the last couple of weeks, and amazing, exciting things happening. Then at the same time, just unexpected. I think my day's planned like this, and then 4 other things happen to shift what's happening that day. It's just
like this, not like this.
Oh, right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, so as you all are coming in, go ahead and share this out. Let me know. Let us know where you're from, where you're coming in from around the world. We got North Carolina and Oregon, some other places on here. And like I said, continue to share this out so that we can get the message out to everyone far away and beyond. Like I said, I have my Master Clairvoyant buddy and my own personal psychic, Miss Katy Bray, on this morning. And what I like to do before we get going with her interview is to do a quick toroidal vibration meditation. Okay, so I want everyone to just really connect in to the higher states of consciousness. We're going to ground you to the core of Mother Earth. We're going to move up to Creator, and we're going to generate this toroidal energy cycling through you as you are a toroidal vibration of light. We are, in fact, on the subatomic level, toroidal fields of light. So we're going to get that vibration and energy moving, and then we're going to go right into the interview because this is going to be a powerhouse session today. Ooh, we got someone from the Netherlands, Tennessee, Cape Town, South Africa. I love how these people from all over the world tuning in. Very exciting. Well, one more time, go ahead and share this out. Whoever shares this out the most, I will contact you for a complimentary 30 minutes. So go ahead and continue sharing this out. Good morning, Miss Christine. So with that being said, I want everyone to get into a comfortable state, and we're going to begin the breathing process here. Okay. So just get in a comfortable meditative space, open your hands for receptivity, and we're going to begin by taking deep breaths to access our toroidal field of light, get that energy cycling through the body. Just me talking about it, I can already feel it. This is the greatest thing about going live with people around the world, is that we all connect into the same vibration or higher state of consciousness, and we're able to move this energy vibrationally through our bodies powerfully as we're all beacons of light around the world. So it's a wonderful, wonderful healing energy and vibration. So let's take a deep breath in. Exhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Releasing everything out. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. We are now going to begin cycling this toroidal field of vibration, energy, and information. We're going to begin by really just getting that energy up through the body and cycling it out the top. So what we're going to do in this next breath, we're going to take it in up through the tailbone, okay? As you inhale, you take it up through the tailbone, root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, crown chakra. When you exhale, you blow it out the top and you cycle it back around again. So we're gonna, it's a cycling toroidal field of light, which I was talking to you guys a lot about last show. It's very powerful, generating your energy, clearing any stuck energy you have going on, just really cycling that vibration, okay? So we're on the count of three, we're gonna take a deep breath in. We're gonna take it in through our tailbones, in through the base of our pelvis, our root chakra. We're gonna bring it all the way up through the body, and when we exhale, we're gonna push it out. And it's going to cycle like a toroidal field of light like this, okay? And we're going to open our heart chakra. Feel the chest opening now, and the heat in the chest opening and the pressure going as we're going to cycle. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Cycle it in. Exhale it out. Cycle it in. Exhale it out. Cycle it in up through the body. Exhale it out. Cycle it in. Exhale it out to the top. Cycle it in up through the body. Exhale it out through the top. Cycle it in up through the body. Exhale it out through the top. Cycle it in up through the body. Exhale it out through the top. Cycle it in up through the body. Exhale it out through the top. Cycle it in up through the body. Exhale it out through the top. I want you to continue this breathing process as you're continually amplifying your toroidal field of light. This is the bubble of light that is created around you. As you're continuing this breathing process, I want you to feel and experience your toroidal field of light expanding outwards, number one. Number two, amplifying in energy, bringing this bubble of light that is you, your electromagnetic field, to a higher resonance or vibration around you. We're now going to pour this beautiful crystalline light around your field to raise the vibrational frequency of the field, fortify the field of light so that you sit in this higher vibration that is you. You can now calm down this breathing if you like and just feel and experience this higher vibration cycling through the body. This toroidal field and vibration cycling through the body now. Just allowing that energy and vibration to move through you. In this powerful, high vibrational field and state of consciousness. Allowing this energy to just resonate as we are all sitting in a higher state of consciousness now. Go ahead and come on back. Opening your eyes, come on back. Everyone, let me know how you're feeling. Go ahead and comment. Let me know how you're feeling right now. Getting that toroidal field moving. That toroidal field of light really gets the vibrational flow moving. We're also going to move this cylinder of light down that is you all the way down to the core of Mother Earth. So we're going to drop your energy down to the core of Mother Earth now. This beautiful ball of light that is you is going to go down to the core of Mother Earth. It's going to open and expand outward, connecting into the core of Mother Earth, really raising that vibrational frequency that is you. I want you guys to comment and let me know how you're feeling and what you're doing right now. Okay? Allowing that vibration to resonate at a higher state of consciousness. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night to everyone coming in right now. Go ahead and tell me how you're feeling, where you're from. Share this out. Whoever shares the most will get a free 30 minutes with me. So go ahead and share this out as well. Drew said he feels refreshed, which is fabulous. It's that toroidal field of vibration that allows us to raise into this higher state of consciousness that is very powerful. Powerful, I'm feeling. Cindy says, oh my, no more words. And Deborah says, feeling it. Wonderful. If you're just joining us, this is Amanda Marie Masters on the Elevated Living Show, coming to you from San Diego, California. I'm on every Sunday, 8 a.m. Pacific time here on the Akashic Academy Network. Today, I've got the fabulous and amazing soul sister guest of mine, Miss Katy Bray. She is a Master Clairvoyant. I'm going to take a moment to go ahead and talk a little bit more about Miss Katy Bray. Katy knew early on that she was different. She started seeing angels at the age of 8 and would spend her time playing in a room with deceased relatives and her spirit guides. She found herself being the only third grader in the life after death section of the public library. Wow, Katy, that's amazing. In her career as a professional clairvoyant, Katy has read over 12,000 people individually and has led hundreds of groups, classes, gallery readings, and retreats. She is non-denominational, ordained minister, and helping people understand the nature of their soul contracts in their relationships, career, family, and financial lives. She partners with people in business and in life and helps guide them in their next best steps. Katy is also certified in Ayurveda, yoga, meditation, pranayama, Western herbalism, the Nia technique, life coaching, integrative nutrition, and is a practitioner of Mahamudra Tantra. She is also a Kundalini Reiki master. She is a wife, mother of 2 teenage girls, 3 dogs, 2 cats, and a charismatic hermit crab named Big Daddy. My goodness, my dear. Welcome to the Elevated Living Show, Miss Fabulous Katy Bray. Not only is she all those things, she must be 125 with all those certifications and ratings at this point. I mean, that's insane. First of all, it's amazing.
A lot of remembering and just having to go through the motions to, credential those.
Yes, I bet. That's, well, now everything's integrated. These are integrated tools that you offer as a master to others, which I have to tell everyone, she is my personal clairvoyant. So I have regular sessions with Miss Katy regarding what's coming next, questions, decisions, all that kind of stuff. She's really an extremely high vibrational clairvoyant. She connects into the highest states of consciousness. I do want to remind everyone, you know that you're going to the right type of person or medium or clairvoyant that connects in when they give you really positive, gentle information. So it's always going to steer you in the right direction. It's not going to be like, oh, you have darkness around you or you have evil things or stuff like that. You're not going to hear those things when you're tapped into the higher states of consciousness. There is no such thing in the higher states of light or consciousness, okay? The higher dimensions, there's no such thing as, darkness or evil things attached to you or icky stuff or, you're doing this wrong or that wrong. When you get guidance in the higher states of consciousness, like from Katy Bray or myself as a channel, you get information to guide you in a certain direction. Yes, I see this coming for you. No, I see that direction. Yes, I see this. Yes. And what else I'm hearing is that for you to do this will really help you go there. And for you to feel this will really help you do that. And so it's really positive, high vibrational, directional information that is not there to instill fear or anything else. Well, a lot of times what other mediums and clairvoyants do is they tune into like the lower vibration, like the 4th dimension of spirit field and stuff like that, or your current state of consciousness and bring you information about what's currently happening in your life rather than detaching and going to a higher state of consciousness to bring you that information. So with that being said, Katy,
Yes.
to tell people about why you do what you do, okay? Why you're where you are, and how the heck you do this.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when you're tuning in?
I'm like, what happened? Like, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
So I love that you started with what you started with, because those are things that are really close to my heart in terms of what you want to look for when you're seeking someone out like you or me. Because I do see a lot of people getting really attached to that fourth dimensional information, but the drama that's there and the dualism that's there. And in a lot of ways, that's part of the excitement of humanity, but that's not where consciousness of the highest degree lives. And if you really want to access and have an access point to your highest potential, you want to seek out those who are coming from that place when they look at you. So I'm so glad that you said that, because I find sometimes I have to unravel other readings or other things that people have heard from that level. And that what happens to people energetically when those kinds of readings land in their energy system can be really damaging. And so,
yeah,
I mean, I know that I'm sure you've had to do some unraveling as well. So, okay. So to answer your question, you and I are both of the mindset or belief that we're all born with intuitive skills. They just are. Like, we're all souls in these human forms. Souls are innately tapped in. We are that infinite wisdom. That's really in the essence of who we are. That's right. Where we're coming from. I think we are born with different degrees of remembering, and that's really the only piece about it. But that doesn't mean that one person can remember and another person can't. Sometimes there's just a thicker membrane in our way that we can remember. And sometimes that's because the lives that we signed up for in our soul contracts, there's a lot of reasons why that is, but it's usually because it's built into the soul's mission. It's built into the soul's evolution, is the degree of remembering that they come in. So for me, I've always been really open. I was born that way. And full self-disclosure, I have had significant moments in my life where I have really fought doing this as my work in the world. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons why I fought it, I think initially it was like, why do I have to be the weird one? Why do, I just want to be normal. And I got over that when I looked around. I'm like, well, normal's not so great. So why do I want to be normal? I don't know. It's not really appealing when I really look at it. And then what I started to have a challenge with, and this is really in alignment with what you were just talking about in the beginning, people who become addicted to people like you and myself. They end up we're usurping their power because they're so wanting to look to someone else for all of their answers. And so there's this chronic anxiety, and they're looking for a fix. They're looking to not feel that anxiety for a few moments. And so they call someone like you or me to help with that, but they're not necessarily showing up and really doing the work that's going to enable them to develop their own intuition more so that they can be that person for themselves. Mm-hmm. So I felt a little stuck in that loop for a while, and I was really uncomfortable with it. And to be honest, I spent 2 years in the thick of that, and it took me about 2 years to come out of it. I was really burnt out because it was energetically taxing on me, no matter what kind of clearing I was doing, no matter what the setup was. I just kept getting pulled by lots and lots of people wanting to pull down on me. Mm-hmm. So it was in that 2-year period of recovery where I really started to develop the higher vibrations of myself, where I wasn't going to be pulled down to the point where I wasn't going to be even attracting those people anymore. Because mm-hmm. there is a point of attraction that if this is what we're bringing in on some level, this is where we're coming from. And it wasn't that my readings were coming from that place, but there was obviously a part of me that was connected to that place. And so I had to really look at that and really work on that. And so now, you know, and for a while now, I've been in this place of I better at keeping my vibe in that place. So it's really an invitation to invite people there with me, or they're not going to be attracted to me at all.
I totally get that. And I hear you completely, because I've gone through different stages of my development and understanding how my energy works, and how it, you know, connects in with others' vibrations. That's partly why I did the toroidal field of light vibration, you know, energy cycling at the beginning of this, because it fortifies your field. So you're sitting in this higher vibration without being bombarded by lower frequencies. And so it really kind of gives you kind of a shield, so you can sit in other people's fields, whether they're next to you or near you or whatever, connect with other people. But it's like, see, Bethany just said, I just found my boundary wall and it changed my life. So it's just like this understanding of your own field and how you can fortify it, keep it in a higher vibrational frequency. And you really got to keep that energy cycling, so that so other people's stuff isn't attaching to you. You know, there's something, if other people are pulling you down, there was something within you that was being attracted to that was attracting that energy, right? And so,
and for me, it was always the need to feel needed. That was one of the places that I just spent a lot of time really recovering myself, because that was sort of one of the things that I had grown up with.
Yeah.
So I really had to work on coming out of that. But what a better way of being needed than to have people addicted to the greatest skill that you have, right? But what a challenging dichotomy that was for me.
It is, because it's actually happening within you, right? All our reality actually happens within us, and it's something that we project outward. That's the biggest understanding here, is that we are in the quantum field. We're connected to all that is, which is us. And so we have to understand that what's happening in our reality is often projecting from within. And I know for me now, my key thing when working with clients is providing them tools to enhance their lives, to enable them to connect into their higher states of consciousness, to enable them to become aware of who they are and how, you know, what their gifts are, how that they can access these things or clear whatever's going on in their lives. You know, I know that even when I talk to you, you're constantly giving me tools and information and things to do to shift what's happening in my life, or to, oh yes, I see this coming, and and those kind of things. And so it's supporting me and moving forward with whatever I'm doing. So it's using my own tools and not attaching to whatever outcomes you're providing or whatever you're saying that is truth or not. It's about resonance.
It is, and it's about being prepared. I think a lot of my focus is definitely deepening people's sense of their own intuition and how to follow it. But even more, because I think that that's just a natural byproduct of the work that I do with people. The place that I love to go to is, this is what's coming up. You know, life is a choose your own adventure. You've got multiple possibilities here. If you start to do this and work on this within yourself, it's going to go in this direction, most likely. And what we really want is to make sure that you are that person who is capable of receiving that and holding that, holding space for that. Because we're all constantly co-creating, right? We know that. So we can always bring certain things into our life, but how capable are we of truly being open to receiving it and following the natural impulses that spirit is providing us to ride in that flow? We often will shut it off if we're not staying awake and if we don't know ourselves in every degree, including energetically. We have to understand. I have a class called Energetic Architecture. We have to understand our energetic architecture to be able to track things like that.
That's beautiful. Wonderful. We have some questions here. It's interesting. This question by Siraj, I don't know if you'd want to try to answer this question here. It's interesting. Are there demons who act as angels during clairvoyance and misguide humanity?
I love that question so much. So I want to answer that in two ways. One is absolutely yes, that does happen. I have seen it happen with others. And then back to what Amanda and I are talking about. Demons do not have the capacity to put their vibrational frequency in the highest degree where that higher consciousness is. So when we see demons acting as angels during, clairvoyance or, to misguide humanity, you're definitely going to find that more when you're working with someone who even is someone who calls out the dark stuff, and they haven't learned to go in between those worlds. Because I do know people who can go in between those. They know where to search and then they know where to come out of, because people get entity attachments. Actually, one of my daughters just recently had one that we had to remove, but it took me a minute because it's not my default to go there. But I got it in meditation. I was like, oh my God, that's what's going on. So we had to come down and clear it and then go back up. You're not going to find that in the higher realms though, because demons they literally cannot raise their vibration to that frequency. They just can't. What do you say, Amanda?
It's interesting. Even the word demon, like, what is that? What is that?
There are demons, but I know what you mean.
I mean, it's, I perceive it as like a lower vibrational frequency that is unattached to the higher access points of creation, and love. And, I feel like everything comes from that space of love, and then things happen, in terms of different energies and vibrations. So it's, that those lower frequencies, it's like, the higher frequencies that really resonate in light. Higher vibrational frequencies resonate in light. And where there's light, there is no darkness. So it is maintaining your vibration in a higher state of consciousness. That helps tremendously with stuff like, dealing with lower entities and lower vibrations. Why do you think an entity got attached to your daughter?
Actually, teenagers are actually some of the easiest group of people to have earthbounds and entities attached to them, because of the level of energy that they have running through them. Those kinds of energies need the energy of someone like a teenager to be able to actually survive in that earthbound state. So they will drain energy from things that have energy, which is why, that can happen with electronics, whatever. You get a group of teenagers together and it can be a smorgasbord, especially if they're around any who are into like darker stuff. So my one daughter happened to pick up on one, and it was really gnarly. And it was like she did 180. She was not the same person. She looked drained. It was actually pretty awful for a few days there. And then I really was like, okay, in meditation, like I need guidance here, because
yeah, for sure.
That was when I got it, and it was like, oh my gosh. So I started working on it. I called a friend of mine to help, knowing that because my daughter and I are so close, I didn't know if that would impact my ability to actually serve her. So I called a friend to help sort of tag team the situation with me. And it's like, she did a 180 right away, like literally immediately, right back to herself.
Wow. Really? Really interesting. So what would you say for all the people here, and you're talking about these things that, especially for teenagers and things, or if you're in a lower, I don't know, if you're in the states of like shame or sadness or anger, things may be more vulnerable. I guess that's what you're saying. Yeah. So what can people do I want to give solutions for people. So what can people do to shift this? Yeah.
So your meditations are obviously perfect for that. I'm also a big proponent of different kinds of breathing techniques. I mean, you can find the ones that you love. You can Google like crazy or search on YouTube and get all kinds. But things like breath of fire, there's something called box breathing. It has a lot of names, but it's an easy one to look up, because the breath really does change your magnetic field. It completely shifts your energy system. And if you have a porous auric field, which is basically like the skin of our energy body, if it's porous, which it does tend to be when we're feeling shame or a lot of anxiety or depression, that does create these sort of holes or pores, if you will. Breathing will change your magnetic field and your auric field so quickly. So like number one is definitely do breathing techniques throughout the day. Every time I go into the restroom, I spend 30 seconds doing some kind of breathing technique, just because it will always help. It doesn't matter how much time you spend, it's just keep doing it. I'm a huge fan of like Epsom salt baths, anything with salts.
Yes.
Home, or use Palo Santo sage, and then put salt by your windows and by your doorways so that earthbounds cannot enter as easily. It's a deterrent. So those are just a few little tricks to do. And then, you know, anytime you can do chakra clearing is also really exceptional to help with that.
Awesome. Wonderful. So do you feel like things like that could really shift someone's consciousness pretty quickly?
100%.
It would be instantaneous in my mind. I mean, not in my mind, but in my knowing. Does the quantum field, everything is instantaneous.
Absolutely.
So it's also, go ahead.
You're literally, in the case of an earthbound being attached or some kind of entity, you're literally taking something off. And so that's almost like, imagine you're carrying around like 100-pound boulder on your head, and then you take it off. Immediately you're going to feel better, right? Literally, it's no different.
So this is a good one. This gentleman, Drew Clausen, he says, I am fighting one right now. I cannot figure out how to get rid of it because I do not know its name and other things it's using against me, but I am moving still on with my life, even though I do not receive all the blessings of the universe that is being sent my way. So he feels like it's blocking him from connecting to his true angels and stuff like that.
What is his first name? I want to write this down. What is his first name?
Drew, D-R-E-W, Clausen.
I'm gonna work on that a little bit for you, Drew. When I go into my next meditation, I'll help you with that. So definitely use a lot of breath work for you. I would spend a lot of time doing breath work. Breath of fire would be particularly good for you in this case. Also, I know a lot of people talk about, you know, surrounding themselves in white light, and some people feel like it doesn't work, but for you, it would really work. Carry around some tourmaline or selenite as their stone. Carry around one of those. This sounds ridiculous. Put salt in your pockets. Put salt around your house. Do your breathing techniques. Call in the white light. Insist. You can even call in if you work with like Archangel Michael or any kind of higher being that you want to call in. Request that they lift this from you. And here's the trick. Lifting it in all dimensions and all spans of time, because my read on this is that this did not appear from this current existence. I feel like this is related to a kind of omen or oath or something that was taken in another dimension in another span of time, which is why it's been harder to get rid of, because the approach, it seems, has been very here and now. I don't get that's where it's coming from. So make sure that you request that it's from all spans of time and all dimensions, that all debts be paid, that this is removed from you. And this will move. You're not destined to have this on you. And I will also work on this.
Very good, Drew. That's a lot of information in terms of what's happening with you right now and how you can shift this current state of consciousness. Someone else mentioned about for her children, you know, to remember to do this. She's got boys, so she'll remember. So what would you say for your kids to keep them shielded, or people around you that you love? Yeah,
so I always, so I get up early every morning. I have a ritual. I meditate. I journal. So I'll tell you what I do, and you can sort of make this however works for you. I always sit with surrounding them in light and love and feeling myself literally ensconcing them in a protective light of love and seeing us all as safe and whole and connected, happy, joyful. I do that every single morning. And then I really amplify gratitude for our health and safety and vitality. That is a huge energy. It might sound simplistic. It is such a powerful force of energy. And then I swear to you, use salt. I know this sounds insane, but like when my girls start driving, I'm putting salt in the car. Salt is it is one of the most powerful ways to deter negative energies or entities or any kind of chaotic vibration that might come towards you. It doesn't mean that, let's say, potential car accident was going to happen. It doesn't mean that a car accident's not going to happen. What it means is the likelihood of, let's say, our kids walking away from that is much higher.
Wow. Wow. So really just shifting the energy and vibration around everything through, because really what she's talking about, everyone here, what she's getting into the specifics of how you fix this or how you do that. Everything's energy. Everything's different fields and vibrations of frequency. So you have the higher frequencies of vibration and energy, and then you have the lower frequencies of energy and vibration. So what she's saying is, for example, when she goes into an immense state of gratitude, that's a very, very powerful high vibrational frequency that travels outward continually. It will shape shift everything around you. That higher frequency will magnetize much more positive things into your world. That's why setting intentions every morning when you get up for a great day and all those kind of things really matter. You're putting that into the field. It's all about vibrational frequency and how you're connecting into and accessing, states of consciousness that you are magnetizing to yourself.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you practice meditation or even breathing, so like Michelle on here keeps saying, I can't meditate, then breathe like we just did. Go through that breathing technique. That is a form of meditation.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to teach is everyone can meditate. It might not sit down. It might not be you sitting down and quieting your mind.
Right.
People can't do that. That doesn't mean you can't meditate. Just find something that works for you, whether it's guided like Amanda's, whether it's breathing, whether it's walking. It's just putting yourself in a state of flow and neutrality. That's meditation.
Right, exactly. And you can call on downloading in that breathing. You can download the frequency of joy, like literally bring it into your field. Download the frequency of joy. Download the frequency of gratitude. Download the frequency of peace. And really work to shift your own state of consciousness. Breathing gets things unstuck. Yeah. Breathing clears your energy and vibration. Breathing is the movement of energy. It's what it is. So let me
really quick. I know we're running out of time, but I feel like this is important. So we all come up against things like worrying about our kids, potentially having some kind of energy attachment or something like that. We all have things that we deal with, and we look at the challenge and we want to meet it with a solution. And sometimes I feel like meeting anything with a solution is almost meeting it at the level of where it's coming from. One of the things that I have seen over and over and over again, because what I really do is I look at people's soul contracts, and I look at what have they signed up for, so that their soul will gain what it needs to gain and evolve in the way that it needs to evolve. And I have seen I'm pretty confident that I can honestly say with every single person that I have ever sat with, we are here specifically to know in all ways the nature and the magnitude of our power, which resides in our capacity to manipulate energy. So I mean manipulate obviously in a positive way. It is all about how we use energy. That is a big part of why we are here. So when we look at challenges, we don't need to go, what's the solution? I think the most empowering question that we can ask is, what vibrational frequency do I need to tune into so that we can evolve past this, so that I can evolve past this? Because then you will really evolve past it and you will have gained what you needed to gain from it. And it doesn't become a challenge solution anymore.
Woo-wee.
Yeah.
That's powerful. That's powerful. So, It's taking it a step beyond, really. It's not like, what's the solution in the 3D lifestyle here? What frequency do I tune into to shift my consciousness, right? And to shift the reality around me and evolve, is your term, evolve my current state of being. So one last thing here, I see this, Regina says, I'm living with someone who does not accept my belief system and calls me evil because I believe in angels. What can I do? It's sucking the vibration. So here's a perfect example. How can Regina evolve past this?
Oh, yeah, that is a beautiful example. I would actually sit for a few minutes each day and imagine you and your partner sitting with your legs crossed, knees touching, hands holding each other, and seeing the two of you ensconced in a light of connection. This is like what I'm specifically seeing for you. I'm seeing a violet light and seeing you two holding hands in this container of connection, and saying, we can rise above, we rise above, we rise above, we rise above, we come together, we connect, we come together, we connect. And I would actually sit in that for, if you can, 5 minutes every day, 10 minutes every day. I would do that for a week, 2 weeks, and I see serious impact there. Because if you try to have a conversation with this person or have it going back and forth, you're meeting them at that fourth dimension or third dimension again, and you're not going to get anywhere. That's where that power struggle is. You're basically in, if we're going to talk chakra, you're an energy architecture. You're really in that first chakra power struggle in an intimate relationship, and where you want to be is coming from up here. So accessing your higher chakras and bringing the two of you together that way, and there can then be an energy shift. It doesn't have to be a mind or behavioral shift. It becomes an energy shift that changes everything else.
Well, and also what I was getting with that energy shift is that now it'll be about, she won't be triggered by certain things that the roommate says and doesn't say. She won't have that aspect of herself that will be triggered or upset by it. So it won't matter, right? So to bypass the current dimensional situation and move upward, you bring yourself into a bubble of light together, seeing each other, exchanging, more positive vibration, loving energy, friendly energy, kindness, really shifting in that higher state of consciousness with light. And then after that, it's this new state of being you're in. So it doesn't matter what they're doing or not doing. It's not going to trigger you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's not even a conversation. Exactly. And when there's no longer a charge for you, there's likely going to be less of a charge for them. And so it sort of, it doesn't even have to be a thing to move past it. It's like, just, oh my gosh, I forgot that we actually had that for so long. It can be that. Beautiful.
Perfect. Wonderful. Yeah, Miss Katy, oh my goodness, we are nearing out of time. I am so happy you came on today. You're going to have to come on again. Obviously, I
love us together. I'm not always an easy sell, and there's like a handful of people that I'm just madly in love with and their work, and like you are definitely at the top.
Oh my goodness.
Group, and I love our conversations. I love what comes up when we're together. I just thank you, and thank you for sharing. I love getting to know your community.
Oh, thank you so much, Katy. That means a lot to me. Coming from Miss Katy Bray, that means a lot for you to say something like that to me, honey. And we've always been very connected. We've always felt that highest frequency together. And I absolutely trust your information. So I'm honored that you came on today. And you also have your own show.
I do.
Yeah.
Multidimensional Living with Katy Bray. And it's at www.12radio.com. It's every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So Amanda was on a recent show, and that was
a lot of fun.
And we'll have to have her back. But
Rich on here too. Rich is. Oh
yeah, I saw his picture pop up. Rich was just on this past Friday.
Yes.
You and Rich. I'm like, who else in my little bubble? But yeah, like I think it's you, Rich, and one other person that I'm like. I'm like your number one fans.
Ah, I love you. I love you. Thank you, honey. Yeah, so you can go on to 12radio.com. It's awesome. You can interact like you are here with comments and things. And Katie somehow talks and like interacts at the same time. She's like a superhero. I don't even know what the heck. So you can interact with her while she's on the radio show, 12radio.com. There's also a Facebook page. That's where they need to go, right? The Facebook, right?
You're probably better off following me on my personal page. I do have a business page, but sometimes it's crickets in there. I'm not going to lie, but I'm very active on my personal page. So please feel free to friend me or follow me or whatever. It's just Katy Bray. You'll see this.
I was commenting on the 12radio.com Facebook group page.
Oh, that Facebook group. Yes, the chat room.
That's what I mean, the chat room where you can talk.
Yes, then you can chat and answer, and we'll answer questions. You can, anything you want to bring in. It's a fun group of people too. It's always a party.
It is. It is. It's wonderful. So 12radio.com. How else can they get in touch with you and connect with you?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and I work with people at 12listen.com for sessions. I have a magazine that I send out online every week.
Magazine.
Just ping me on Facebook or Katy at katybray.com. You can email me. It's Katy. So I'm out there. I'm easy to find.
And I did post her information in here, you guys. If you, on the comments, I did post her information. I posted her website, leadwiththelightson.com. Hopefully that's okay.
Yep.
I did Lead with the Lights On, and I did Katy at leadwiththelightson.com.
Yeah, Lead or Live. Lead is more for our business because, believe it or not, I actually work with businesses too. Crazy, I know. They're all conscious businesses though, so they're super open. But there's also Live with the Lights On that has more of my personal work. Yeah, but either is fine. You can find me.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, I love you with all my heart, honey, and I'm so glad you came on. You definitely have to come on again. My audience is super into your information and what you bring, as it is really just the highest states of consciousness that you bring through and reside in. I'm Amanda Marie Masters. Be sure everyone who came on late to share this out. Whoever shares this the most will get a free 30-minute session with me. Highly recommended, as I can work to help alchemize you on all levels in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, really shift your state of consciousness. So go ahead and continue sharing this out. I'm so happy you all joined today. Go to amandamariemasters.com to find out more about what I'm up to. I'm going to be posting channeling classes today. It's coming out today, everyone who's been asking. I'm going to be teaching channeling classes.
Yeah, I want to share it with people.
Okay, I will. I'll tag you on that. So I will be coming up with channeling classes. It's going to be a 3-part series, 1, 2, 3. Each class is going to bring you to a different level. Highly recommend you jump in if you want to learn how to access higher states of consciousness, how to access your own energy field, what energy feels like, if you're clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant, how do you connect with the energy that is you and all that around you? That's what this channeling class is about, because channeling is just connecting into higher states of consciousness. It's just connecting into your intuition. And guess what, guys? Everyone is capable of channeling. Everyone is capable of listening to their intuition, bringing it in. So that's what I'm teaching. This will be my first channeling classes in forever. So jump in now. There's a limited number of seats. I will be posting on my website and elsewhere today. You can find that coming up. And thank you, Akashic Academy Network, and Emily and Nick, who run this network. It's just a blast to be on here every time. Coming up next is Miss Bex Marie, Teresa Warren, and Rhonda Elliott. Highly recommend you check that show out. They always have amazing guests on. I don't know who's coming on today, but I always tune in after this show is over. So with that being said, I love you all. Thank you, Miss Katy, for being on today.
Thanks, everyone, for the great questions. Hi, Amanda.
Yes, and everyone have a wonderful day. And I will see you next Sunday, 8 a.m. Pacific time for the Elevated Living Show. Take care, everyone.